35 minutes just talking about our love of Vionic. And I was like, oh, well, have you tried this shoe? Have you tried this one? And then we like merged the conversation into slippers. And she was saying, she was like, well, I really need to get an indoor Vionic shoe for the winter to make sure that I still have that great support, that deep heel cup, the arch support, right? She was a little concerned though, because she doesn't want anything in between her toes. Like that's not for her, right?
Yeah,
and
not
I said,
for everyone, that toe thong.
Here I was like, hey, I actually didn't want her to tune in because Mom, if you're watching, please turn the channel, close your app. Because this is totally what she's getting for Christmas.
I mean, 100%. When you said it this morning, I'm like,
yes,
shopping for Allie's gonna be really easy.
I felt like I nailed it this year. Sakura is the braided knit clog slipper because you get cozy comfort. But listen, we're saying slipper.
So cute.
You can still wear this as like a little slip-on mule, of course, out and about. But I like to keep a separation of indoor and outdoor shoes.
I'm with you.
I'm not a fan of wearing shoes in my house, right?
Me neither.
Just keep it separate. So gray is right up top. It's called your slate gray. I also have that cozy wheat and then the black, which I'm thinking I'm gonna get my mom the black because I think that's what she would buy.
Maybe it's a little dressier.
But I almost wanna, well, try something different because I think she would buy the black just like it's black. But I'm like, no, get a different color. So I might just throw her for a loop. Free shipping and handling on this shoe slipper. This is unlike regular slippers.
This is unlike regular slippers. You have that kind of indoor-outdoor capability, right? Like you're saying here, because you have that indoor-outdoor bottom. It also gives you like a little lug sole feel, which I like. So you feel a little trendy and updated with this. And I just love the cozy feel of that braided knit upper. And again, you know, not everybody wants their toes out. We're coming into the colder months, and it really just gives you a great opportunity to slip in and go in that mule. And it is just covered in this kind of baby soft terry. So you're really gonna feel all the coziness when you step into this. And you're getting that Vionic technology underfoot, Allie. And you know, like you said, we don't want the shoes in the house. This is a great way to kind of have the separation, but you're still getting the support. So while you're walking around on the carpet or the tile, which can be super cold in these months, or the wood floors, you're not going to have what we will, you know, we'll talk about in a few minutes with that lack of support when you're on those hard surfaces, because we were not meant to walk on hard surfaces. We were meant to walk on things like sand, where it molds to the underside of your foot, where it's meeting the curves and contours. So, you know, I brought out like my slipper here. It's cut open. We love to cut shoes open. Liam leaves me all the goodies. But you can see here, yes, it's all fur lined, but it's completely flat. So, you know, you might have a slipper like this, but it's doing very little for you.
And it feels teddy bear soft, but it's really not giving you much more than that.
Exactly. And I mean, you can see it's completely flat. Whereas if you're getting all of those curves and contours, you can see that deep heel cup still here. And while it's closed up top, a little harder to see, you can still see all of that arch support. And that's what we want. We want, you know, the ground cannot come up to meet you. We need that insole to do that for us.
This is about a half a degree away from the recovery shoe. That's one of my favorites from Vionic. Slate, wheat, and black. Black and slate are very popular. Now, we only have whole sizes in this.
Okay, so when we have whole sizes in our Vionic shoes, we want to go down. So if you're an 8.5, go down to an 8. Because remember, when you have the proper placement, you're sitting into that heel cup, you're getting that arch support, you're not worried about cramming your feet into the front of that shoe. So it's really helpful.
Okay, come on over with us. We're gonna see Miss Amy. Because maybe you do have hardwood floors and you don't really think about it because you walk around barefoot a lot. Do you know what's happening when you walk around barefoot? Well, Monica's gonna show us.
Yes, I am gonna show you, because I too, you know, I've felt the difference in this, you know, whether I'm standing at the coffee pot in the morning, putting everything together, and I'm like, oh, my ankle is turning. I'm feeling all the things under my foot that are not being supported, because we all have this hard, flat surface, whether it's tile, wood floor. You know, if you're wearing a shoe that has no support in it, the same thing is going to happen to you here. So you can see we've done that line up Amy's leg, and you can see how the ankle is kind of sticking one way and that shin is kind of turning. If I give Amy an actual adjustment here, this is what we want the line to look like. So we're coming more close to that proper alignment, right? We're stacking the heel on top of the ankle, rather, on top of the foot, and everything above it. So your shin, your knee, everything is going to start to feel more in place and properly aligned. If I let her go, that foot tends to roll in, and because she's looking for that support and the ground can come up to meet her, she's gonna pronate, which is going to roll that foot kind of flat into the ground there, and that's when everything's off kilter. We don't just feel it in the feet, we feel it in our ankles, we feel it in our hips and our low back. So again, if I give her just that slight adjustment, this is where we want Amy to be and to really bring that natural alignment back. So I'm gonna just slip her into the slipper here. And you see, even when you just see from the ankle up,
yeah,
the line is so much more straight, right? We see the building blocks, and that's what it is. It's, I feel like so often, Allie, and you know this, you're an athlete, you know until something's wrong, you're not quite paying attention to it, right?
Yeah.
Even if you're not, that's kind of like everyday life. We're not paying attention. Do we have a little ache and pain in our foot? It's not until it's too late where this can really be a beautiful proactive thing to do.
And a lot of it's like cumulative, right? It's
Yep.
like little bits every day, every day.
That's right.
If you have a hard floor, I remember when my husband and I got our first condo in Minneapolis, and I was newly pregnant. I think I was like 12 weeks pregnant, you know, like, I mean,
Yep.
just like at the start of things. And here I was like, oh my gosh, my feet are killing me.
Yeah.
And always on the hard floors, because I had always had carpet. I grew up in a carpeted home, so I never thought about needing support. So I kept telling my husband, and he was like, oh honey, you're pregnant. Isn't that what happens?
No, baby.
And I'm like, no, this
No,
feels
sir.
different. And that's when I was like, oh, I've got to have a house shoe, right? Something that has support. And Vionic gives you that arch support, that deep heel cup. You just have to pick your color. And I think an amazing gift for someone. I might gift this to the woman who birthed me and who also, my mom, who taught me so much about shoes and footwear, and we both love Vionic. My aunt loves Vionic, right? Like 200 now spoken for. This is, yes, your slipper, but it's not just that like one and done slipper where it lasts half a season and you've got to replace it. This truly is like a proper shoe, but you get to wear it indoors like a cozy shoe, or you got to run out and grab the mail. Get the trash bins out before collection day. You're fine, right? You can still wear this out and about. This is your slate gray. We also have that wheat, which is just so luxe. Like I think
So
of
pretty.
this with like
It's
my
very
Barefoot
chic.
Dreams cozy sweaters.
Yes,
and,
I love that.
right? And then the black choice, that kind of cable knit upper. It looks like a braided knit, and then all of this is plush.
I know,
So it
and you know
feels
what, Allie?
really
I say if
good.
the teens are doing it, then it's all the rage and we should just jump on, right? So everywhere I go, I see them wearing their slippers, my son included. Every time I bring a slipper like this out to go
funny.
on air, he's like, oh my God, these are fantastic.
See, but I always warn. I was talking to my niece last night about her Halloween costume, and she said, Auntie Allie, it's giving. And I was like, okay, her name's Zoe. I said, Zoe, if I know what giving means, it's not cool anymore. Like if I'm with it, then she move on. No, I'm just teasing. Okay, we're gonna take a look at a it list item, really building out your wardrobe. And so just like we've talked about with our today's special value, right? And that